Good afternoon, family. I just want to thank you for spending a couple of minutes with me as we praise His holy name and as we lift one another up, not only in prayer but in thoughts and just in that momentary glimmer of thankfulness where you're just so thankful for where you are and for everything that the Lord brought you through, and just knowing in your deep heart of hearts, knowing that He is not going to leave us or forsake us. We serve a mighty, mighty God. And when I see what's going on in the world, and when I see the videos, and when I get the video links, and I hear more bad news on top of already bad news, it's like, what is going to be added next? What could they possibly do? It just seems so bad. And how do you rise above, a pile of cow manure and it's just being poured? You know what it is? Not even to be around the cows. And I mean that in a waking up sort of way. Because when you see what's going on in this presidential election, and I am not even into politics, but when certain bills and certain laws get passed, it will affect you and your kids, your family, everybody that you care and love about. I mean, for example, if you've got family members that are on programs and depend on EBT cards, you're going to see video headliners saying that there are problems with those services right now. So my spirit just says, wow, those people that depend on government provided programs, they're going to be in dire straits. When you depend on the government for your food, it's just, there's going, and this isn't let's make a scare video. This is an open your eyes, don't be fooled, open your eyes, be wise, know what's coming, know what they have planned. And when I say the word they, I mean the higher ups. Now, if you're like me, you're going to do your research and you're going to watch videos and you're going to be able to pick the bad parts out of the videos, and you're going to be able to divide with your spirit, because the Lord gives us a spirit of discernment. That means you can watch a video or press start, and let's say the video is 20 minutes long and you already watched 2 minutes of it. You already know, okay, in your spirit, okay, am I going to keep watching this? Is it bringing me to the Lord, or is it bringing me away from the Lord? You don't want to watch videos that are entertaining you and it's all rubbish. We don't have time for rubbish. We have time only to seek what's lost, to bring the sad people out of their dilemmas, to point them to Jesus. We have people that are just hungry and they're dying because they've got everything materialistic, but they're still suicidal. We've got people that are in marriages that are just they're miserable and they're unhappy and they need prayer. We've got people that are just all over the world going through their own things, physical wise, mental wise, addiction wise, everything wise. I don't know. But I do know that if you don't know Jesus, now is the time not only to get to know him, but when I tell you that everything is falling into place, the dominoes are falling into place. When I tell you that there's things that happened years ago, houses, not being able to afford your home, there are people that just got into a home that by this time next year, the odds are very high that, they won't be there anymore. It's so hard, the cost of living, and these lies that the government says about all these jobs that are being created. I'm telling you, the figures, the numbers, it just doesn't add up. And when you know it's a hoax, and when you know that God is no joke, and when you know that Jesus is real, and when you know we're living seriously on borrowed time, and I don't ever want to sound mundane, but it's so true. It is so, so true. Right now is the time to make sure that people that don't believe in your family have this spiritual awakening in their own time. And if you've already mentioned it to them and they still didn't want to talk about it or hear about it, or they rolled their eyes at you, you can totally email me and I will stand in prayer agreement with you and your unsaved one. And we will send the heavenly hands on their spirit, because we are living in such time that we don't even have time to waste. We really do not have time to waste. And sometimes I go through these funny moods, and then sometimes I go through these really, really serious moods. And then, and it's like, you know what? Can I just please take out my mood? It's not about me. It's not. And I get so worried about the people that don't want to hear about Jesus. Because what happens when the rapture happens and they're left here panicking, wondering what just happened? If there's ever a video that I could just ever make that was so serious, where everybody just really needed to really take seriously, it would be the rapture video, a Great Harpazo video. And I'm not a date setter, but I know that the time is getting closer. It really is. And right now, it's not even the time to joke. Can you imagine being a believer and accepting Jesus as your Lord and Savior? Reading the Bible and knowing that all the prophecies are coming to pass right before our very eyes. Some people are awake and some people aren't. Some people think that, taking the chip implant is the new way that we're doing things now, because the currencies aren't working. And America just keeps printing money and keeps going into debt. And you know what? Nobody takes the debt seriously anymore. Really, are we really going to pay it back? And I'm telling you, you know those 4 letters, SHT, fan? You know what I mean? It's right around the corner. And if you don't know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, right now is the time to pray Ask him into your heart. Give your life to Jesus. Trust him. Because we are living in unstable times where currencies, emperors fall, kingdoms fall, currencies fail, the Dow Jones fails, stocks fail, everything crashes. Everything. I mean, it doesn't even matter what the natural disaster is. The natural disasters are happening all over the globe. But when they start happening on a more frequent, stronger, harder frequency pattern, we've got planets that are unstable in the constellations. And this is for people that know that there's truth behind my videos. Jesus is the only way. Jesus is the only way. He is the truth, the way, and the life. And if you've never accepted him into your heart, right now is the time. Right now is the time. Because without sounding like a fearmonger, because I'm not, I just see things that are slowly happening, and it's almost like you're at a concert. Well, not a concert, but an orchestra. And over in this section, you hear the violins, and over here you hear the tubas, and you start hearing all these different warning bells and warning signs, earthquakes, volcanoes. Everything is just lining up too perfectly. And you know, it makes you want to just hold your breath and just, you know, like, oh my gosh. Sometimes you feel like you're sitting on pins and needles. Especially if you just invested a lot of money into something and turns out it's not working out I mean, people are just putting their faith and stuff that just really isn't going to save you. Jesus Christ is the only thing and the only entity and the only one, the only one. Jesus is the only one that can save anybody. And with that being said, don't you feel bad for people that are living in different parts of the world that don't know that? I mean, seriously, I don't want to put another religion down, because that's not what I'm all about. But when you start placing food and money before a statue, you know, little statues, that's not going to save your soul. There's places in India where they think monkeys are gods. And I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying, you know, shouldn't these people have an opportunity to know that God sent his son Jesus, King Jesus? I mean, doesn't anybody else besides me feel compelled and in an urgent way, like we need people over there right now? I mean, maybe it's just me that needs to search that out. I don't want anybody to perish. I mean, if you don't accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you're pretty much saying that you don't care about life, and that you think life is a joke. And a lot of people, I'm sad to say, but a lot of people's mentality, that's how they think. And it goes back to Acts, where God allows a strong delusion and people believe the lies. people believe the lies instead of the truth. See, when you know the truth has a way of making its way into your heart where you don't want to do anything that's not pleasing, not only in God's eyes, but in heavenly angels' eyes. You know, it's where you just want to be pure from the top of your head down to the bottom of your feet. You just want to be, you want to live holy, and you want to be holy, and you want to love everybody, and you just want everybody to know, don't take the mark of the beast. Don't follow the new world order. Right now is the time to seriously search out not only the scriptures, but also what's getting ready to happen. Our freedom of speech is under attack, and our right to bear arms is going to be under attack. I'm telling you, I know this to be true. It's almost as if there's another revolution getting ready to happen. And I don't mean to stir the pot, but if you could only see and feel and know the things that I do, you would totally understand and have this heart to reach the lost. And with that being said, I just want you to know it's not too late to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, because everything else is a lie. It's a lie. We've been lied to for years and years and generations and generations. We have been lied to. The only truth is Jesus coming back to take the believers out of harm's way. And that's the truth. And with that being said, because that's the truth, and that's what I wanted to say. So, since I said it, it's time to go. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure, if you have anybody that you want me to pray over, make sure you email me at Yahoo, and I will totally leave my address. And it'll be a private thing. I won't even mention anything. I'll do it in my prayer closet, okay? Because where two people are really, really praying and hunkering down in that faith, geez, all kinds of doors begin to open. And all kinds of doors begin to shut. Like if you have insecurity, you can shut that door and be brave. That's a door that I was struggling with like 2 years ago. I would make a video, watch it, delete it. Make a video, watch it, delete it. Make a video, watch it, delete it. And now, because I was Miss Perfect. And finally I got over that. I am so far from perfect. And I am so glad that God still loves me because I'm perfect. I screw everything up. I've made so many messes in my past. I am so glad that He still loves me. And I'm so glad He hasn't turned His back on me. And I'm so glad that if I could just help one person, by sharing what a messed up person I am. I'm the biggest messed up person, but Jesus makes everybody brand new. And that's all I wanted to say. And since I already said that, now would be a good time to say I love you. Keep your chin up and keep looking up, because your redemption draws nigh. And if you just accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, send me an email. Or if if you want to share with me how long you've been a Christian believer, send me an email so I can keep you in my daily prayers. I have so many people that I pray. I have a list. I would love to add you to my list. I love praying. I do. And I hope you have a blessed rest of the Sabbath. Bye.